I'm Ron Juckett, and it's time for the DoDCast postgame show after this wonderfully horrible, I don't have a box score here, game between the Washington Nationals and the Pittsburgh Pirates. The Nats lose today 10-4. I'm trying to get a box score up, and it just won't give it to me. Tanner Roark with a bad performance. Have we even started? Yep, we have. Okay. Tanner Roark with a bad performance today. Pitched in the 6th inning. Just really didn't have much of anything. Pirates just outright won. Let's see if I can give you some totals. All right. 10 runs, 13 hits, and an error for Pittsburgh. 4 runs, 6 hits, and 2 errors for Washington. A throwing error by Trey Turner, and Daniel Murphy was charged with an error for not being in position to field a cutoff throw from Bryce Harper, which allowed a Pittsburgh runner to go. So I said in the Twitter chat, this game had the feeling of the Bad News Bears, brought to you by Chico's Bail Bonds. Tyler Glass now 2-3 now with that win. You can see why he struggled. I mean, Washington did get 4 off him, but he was able to persevere, and the Nationals just kind of played like a tired baseball team. They now are 25-15 and have a 7.5 game lead over the hurting Atlanta Braves, and Pittsburgh with that win goes to 18-23. Tanner Roark with a loss. His last 2 starts have not been good. With that, he now goes to 3-2 on the year. Frazier with a great game for the Pirates today, 3 for 5, 4 RBI, and 2 runs scored. Andrew McCutchen is now no longer slumping. He went 2 for 5 today. And Josh Bell had the big 2-run homer for Pittsburgh, 1 for 3 with those 2 RBI. Let's see, anything good for Washington? Well, Daniel Murphy went 2 for 4 with a home run and obviously an RBI. But again, just not an overall great effort. Runners in scoring position today, the Nats were 2 for 8. They left 6 on. Adam Lind almost had a home run. It actually was an RBI double. Should have been a home run. It missed by about 6 inches off the top of the padding there in right center field. The next time up, he actually took one right to that same spot in the warning track. And Daniel Murphy with a home run. Those are the 2 extra base hits today. Let's go through the pitching lines for Washington. Roark, 5 innings plus, because he did pitch in the 6th, 8 hits, 7 runs, all earned, walked 4, struck out 3, and gave up 2 homers. Blake Trinan was the bad Blake Trinan, only got 1 out, allowed 2 hits. He allowed both of Roark's inherited runners to score and a run of his own. Eddie Romero, an inning and 2/3, 3 hits, 2 runs, 1 earned. He walked 1 and struck out 1. Just really didn't have much command today. He did throw 21 strikes out of 31 pitches. Sean Kelly, because you got to get use out of him somewhere, throws a clean 8th inning, but John Jaso worked him for a 10-pitch at-bat. So Roark, 114 pitches, 66 strikes. Trinan, 11 pitches, 8 strikes, but it was his 3rd game in a row. And B, he just didn't, again, he threw with no confidence, he threw with no rhythm, just kind of sit and hold and hold and hold and then throw, even when he didn't have anyone on. Romero gets the long reliever of the day award, 31 pitches, 21 strikes. The stats look mediocre for him. When he commands that fastball, he's got closer stuff. Or he pitches like today, or he couldn't really command much of anything. Kelly, good. He needed to work. I'm not sure how to put him in there, which means that you won't see him tomorrow. 20 pitches, those 16 strikes. It wasn't a bad at-bat to Jaso, who worked him for 10. It was just a case that Jaso just knew when to swing. And it just did what professional hitters do. And that's all there was to it. Worked up that pitch count. So overall, 8 innings, 13 hits, 10 runs, 9 earned. Nance walked 5, struck out 4, and the 2 home runs. There are several other games going on in Major League Baseball, including right now one between Philly and Texas in the bottom of the 5th. It's 5-2. Pavetta pitching for Philadelphia, but on the wrong side of that. Cubs are doing unspeakable things to the Reds, 9-0 in the top of the 6th. And Baltimore is also playing a matinee today. They trail Detroit 6-5 in the top of the 5th. Toronto and Atlanta tonight at 7:35. Miami and the Dodgers at 10:10 on the coast. Freddie Freeman will miss 10 weeks after having his wrist fractured last night on a hit by pitch. Toronto pitchers have hit 7 Atlanta batters in that series. And of course, Jose Bautista last night bat flipped a home run when they are trailed by 4. And, of course, they're in dead last. So a good time should be had by all tonight in Atlanta, that's for sure. Let's see if anything has anyone to say. If you do, just put it right in the chat, and I'll try to answer it. I'm not going to stay very long. I really kind of would like a break today because we have a busy day today. Ricky is on vacation for the rest of the week, and so I am going to work on the 5 to watch for in the Nats Braves weekend series. Today we did Drew Douglas did a nice piece on the easiness of the rest of Washington's schedule for the next few weeks. And, of course, they lose 2 out of 3 as soon as he comes up with the idea. But, that's what kind of happens with those things. And what else did we run today? And, of course, I did a nice piece on the turnaround of Blake Trinan and how he had looked good his last 4 times out. He really has looked better. He did not look good today, but to his defense, this was the 3rd straight day that he pitched. So that's what we got going on. I'm not sure what we'll do for a second piece tomorrow. The Nationals are doing some more feelers from closers. I imagine that's probably what I will do. Just in case. Thoughts on Trey Turner and Bryce Harper? I think that's from Judo Joker. Turner, I think, is kind of struggling with a bit of everything right now. He's a very good fielder. I think he is trying too hard to impress and try to come up with the same numbers that he had last year. And that's just almost impossible. He needs to take, in my view, take more pitches. Defensively, the error today wasn't horrible. He can make plays that are difficult. He has very good range at short. He is everything that you would wanted. He just needs to show some more plate discipline. It would certainly help if they would stop messing with who they hit at number 2. I know that Jason Worth was off today, but they really need to get him back to find a way to get on base, let Jason Worth work counts, and find a way to steal. Harper had the rare bad game at the plate. He finally swung on and started missing stuff outside. But beyond that, I really think that for Harper, it was just a day game after a night game type deal. I really wouldn't worry about Bryce at all. He is playing awful well. He's playing a much better defense this year than he did in the short time I was with the district on deck last year. And I think the whole team just kind of played tired baseball today. They did not look good last night, and they didn't really look any better today. Tomorrow, the games kind of count more. Even though they can go into this series, start the series no worse than 7 games ahead of the Braves, it is a divisional game, and you have to win those. And the Braves are beat up and missing their best player. So you just kind of have to forget about this one and just kind of move on to the next one. So I'm really not worried about Harper. Trey, you could try to sit him. I think, as Dusty kind of goes through and gives people days off here and there, I don't think it's the end of the world if he sits for a day with Wilmer Defoe going into play. But, it's just such an adjustment for him. He came in last year and played center, and no one expected him to do anything. And he wasn't a Gold Glove center fielder by any stretch. But I didn't think all that bad. Wasn't great, but he wasn't terrible at all. And now I think it's just, okay, there's expectations. We had a bobblehead night for you. They were kind of cutting in line to get to your bobblehead. You may become the face of the team if Bryce Harper leaves. And, I think he's just kind of too focused right now on the pressures around him. And, I'm guilty of that too. with some of the stuff that I've written about him. And just needs to concentrate on what goes on between the lines. You know the talent's there. You know he can steal 60, 70 bases if that's what he wants to do. Just let the game come back to you. All right, there are no active minor league games going on right now, at least for the Nationals. Syracuse and Buffalo play tonight at 6:05. Greg Ross goes on the hill, 1-3 with a 10.50 ERA for Syracuse. Silvestri takes the mound for Potomac at 7:05. Tonight as they face Wilmington. Helps if I hit the right button. There we go. Oh, there was a final today. And Hagerstown and Lakewood play at 7:05. Watson on the hill for Hagerstown. I didn't scroll all the way down. Probably shouldn't have, as Harrisburg loses to Bowie in the last game of their set. That's like a 10:35 or 11:35 game this morning. 9-2. Idle, the loss, he goes to 0-1 with a 21.60 ERA. And Hernandez with the home run, his second. I assume Idle got the start. Drew Ward went 0 for 2 today with 2 walks. Yadiel Hernandez 3 for 4 with a solo homer. Oh yeah, Derek Idle didn't even make it out of the second inning in 2/3, 2 hits, 4 runs, all earned. He walked 2 and struck out 2. Wander Suero actually pitched an inning today. Let's see, and that was pretty much it. Just kind of like a good spring training game that Harrisburg used 6 pitchers in the effort. Eric Petty did not pitch today. Braulio Laura allowed 3 hits and 3 runs in his inning. So that pretty much gets you up to date on what's going on. The final score as we move on from here, Gio Gonzalez goes tomorrow against R.A. Dickey. Drew Douglas gets the pleasure of making his DoDCast debut tomorrow. He is with me after Friday night's 7:30 start. Love those 7:30 starts. Is this appropriate eye roll for you? All right. So we'll expect to be with you about 10:30 tomorrow night for that. And Chris Lacey will join me for Saturday after Saturday's late afternoon game against the Atlanta Braves. So that means I'll miss the Preakness for that. Oh, well. All right. So you can give us a like and subscribe right here on YouTube. Follow us. Give us a like and follow us on Twitter at District on Deck. Give us a like and a follow on Facebook at District on Deck. And, of course, DistrictOnDeck.com gets you everything you need to know about the Washington Nationals. For the staff of District on Deck, I'm Ron Juckett. Try to stay cool and have a good rest of the afternoon.